follows a 2022 survival thriller film directed and co-written by Scott Mann, starring Grace Carolyn Curry, Virginia Gardner, Mason Gooding, and Jeffrey Dean Morgan. The film follows two women who climb a 2,000-foot tall radio tower and get stranded at the top with no way down. Hello everyone and welcome to Anonymous Pandemonium. Today, I will be doing a scene-by-scene breakdown and review of the film Fall. If you haven't watched this yet, and don't want spoilers, please stop watching this now. Also, my opinion of this film might be different from yours, and I respect that. What worked for me might not work for you, and vice versa. Before I start, I'd like to give a warning to everyone watching this video that this is not intended for kids and this is only for mature audiences, and this movie has graphic scenes that I will discuss. And if you're not comfortable with that, please skip this video. This is a 1 hour and 42-minute film that I will discuss scene by scene, and it will take a lot of time, so you better subscribe. Again, spoiler alert. Let's start. The movie starts with Hunter, Becky and her husband, Dan, climbing a mountain. Dan loses his footing and falls to his death. Weeks later, Becky is still unable to move on from Dan's death. Her house looks unkempt and Dan's cremated ashes is still in a box instead of an urn. Becky's dad tried calling her but she never answers. She just drinks in a bar. She still tried to call Dan's cell phone number just to hear his voice on his voicemail. When she got out of the bar, she saw his dad waiting for her outside. It is then explained that the reason Becky hates his father is because he said that Dan was not good for her and she should get over with Dan's death. Becky's father encouraged her to start living her life again. Her dad offered her a ride but she refused and walked away. Back in Becky's apartment, she tried taking pills with booze. She was about to take a lot when her phone rings and saw that Hunter was calling. Hunter arrived at Becky's apartment and they catch up. Hunter invites her to climb the decommissioned 2,000-foot B-67 TV tower in the desert. Becky at first refuses, then changes her mind and agrees to go so that she can finally move on from Dan's death. The next day, Hunter and Becky begins their trip to the tower. They stopped by a diner, watching their old videos. It turns out that Hunter has a YouTube channel and she wants to vlog them going up the tower. They looked at the B-67 tower from the window of the diner, amazed by how high it is. The next morning, Hunter vlogs as they walk to the tower. They saw vultures eating an almost dead animal and Hunter doesn't seem fazed by it. She even posted the picture on social media. Before the climb, Becky expresses concerns and having second thoughts about climbing the tower. Hunter consoles her and assured her that it is going to be okay. During the climb, one of the metal rungs broke but Hunter just shrugs it off. They stopped halfway to drink some water. When they are almost at the top, Hunter shakes the ladder a little to tease the already scared Becky. They did not notice that a few screws came loose and fell off. Let me interrupt this for a few seconds and just say that the video of their climb for me is so anxiety-inducing on my part. I have a genuine fear of heights and this bit scares me and has me holding on to anywhere I can reach. At the top, Becky scatters Dan's ashes, finally letting him go. They even used a drone to film them as they begin the climb down. However, the corroded ladder breaks apart, stranding them several hundred feet above the next intact section. Moreover, the bag with their water has fallen onto a communications dish, many yards below. Hunter is confident that emergency services will have heard the crash of the ladder and be on their way, but help never arrives. They saw an emergency kit on the platform and when they opened it, it's a pair of binoculars and a flare gun. This is also the moment that Hunter notices that Becky has a wound in her leg. Hunter helped Becky calm down, telling her that help is on the way. To pass time, they recorded themselves and when Becky asked Hunter why she is doing videos, Hunter said that she does this because of Dan and it made her realize that life is too short to not do anything exciting. Hunter is looking through the binoculars and saw a trailer truck parked nearby. Their hopes were raised a bit but they were quickly deflated because it looks abandoned. They also noticed that it has been 5 hours since they're stuck and yet no one is coming to help them. On top of that, they don't have a signal. Hunter came up with the idea to tie her phone to the rope and post a message on her social media because she has a lot of followers, hoping that it will send if they use the rope to lower the phone. The message did not send so Hunter resorted to more extreme measures of lowering the phone, but to no avail. They then decided to just drop the phone while it's inside Hunter's shoe to avoid it shattering. They didn't get the chance to see if it worked because it's too far down. Becky notices Hunter's 143 tattoo. This is significant to Becky because it is Don's way of saying I love you to her. She was then interrupted by Hunter who say a man below. They tried screaming for help but the man was occupied with his phone call. It was then revealed that Hunter's phone did not make the fall. Desperate, Becky threw her shoe to get the man's attention, but the man did not notice. When she threw her other shoe, the man started to notice, but shrugged it off. Becky tried to use the flare gun but Hunter stopped her because the man is not looking. Hunter then saw a man on the RV setting up a grill. They devised a plan to use the flare gun when the sun sets so the man can see it. When they fired the flare, the people on the RV noticed and Hunter waved the lit phone so they can see. When Becky saw that the men can see them, they celebrated, but instead of helping them, the men took the opportunity to rob them of Hunter's car. That night, Becky cannot stop thinking about Hunter's tattoo. When she confronted Hunter about it, Hunter admitted to having an affair with Dan for 4 months and that she fell in love with Dan. Hunter said that Dan initiated the relationship and she regrets it and that it got out of hand. Hunter also said that she loves Becky more than Dan so she ended the affair with Dan. The next morning, Becky states that it has been 24 hours since they got stuck. Trying to make up for her mistake, Hunter decides to use the rope to reach the backpack. The rope was so low so she decided to risk it and make the jump for it. Hunter tried to strap the backpack on the rope first then they'll think of a way to get her back up. Hunter jumps to the rope and successfully holds onto it. Becky pulls from the top while Hunter climbs up. They were able to pull it off, but just when Hunter is about to hold on to the ladder, she slipped. A horrified Becky just looked on and was relieved to find that Hunter landed on the backpack and safe. Becky tried to pull Hunter up and once done, she was able to drink some water. Becky wrote a note and tried flying the drone to the nearest place they can think of which is the diner as Hunter suggested, but the drone ran out of battery. That night, Becky dreams that she woke up alone and is tormented by the vultures in the area. Using the flashlight in her phone to sigh, she saw Hunter's body being eaten by vultures. Becky had the idea to charge the drone on the light bulb on top of the tower, just like Hunter's life hack she showed her. That morning, Becky climbs up the pole. She made it at the top and tried to charge the drone. She stayed on top of the pole until she got to full charge. Let me interrupt again. Is this even possible? I mean, the whole time she's trying to charge the drone, I'm kind of surprised she didn't get electrocuted or something. At the pole, Becky's wounds are getting pecked at by a vulture, which caused her to drop the backpack. Hunter did not make any effort to catch the bag. When Becky got down from the pole, she asked Hunter why she did not try to catch the bag but Hunter did not answer. Becky opened up to Hunter that she now understands her dad and that if she could text anyone it would be him so she can apologize. Hunter keeps a conversation going with Becky because Becky is starting to lose consciousness. At 10 a.m., Becky flew the drone to the motel to get help but it was hit by a truck. A hopeless Becky said to Hunter that she cannot survive another night. Hunter keeps on encouraging Becky that they will survive. Becky wants to drop her phone in the hopes that it might work. Hunter refused to give her shoe. When asked why, she just said that her shoes are not up there. Becky said that Hunter's wearing it, but Hunter keeps on saying that her shoes are down there. This is where Hunter explains that she is already dead from her fall when she tried to get the backpack and that Becky is only hallucinating that Hunter is with her. Becky looked down and saw Hunter's body being eaten by vultures. The next day, Becky lures a vulture towards her and kills it, eating it for sustenance. In one last attempt to get help, Becky climbs down to the dish, sends a text message to her father, then puts the phone into Hunter's corpse and pushes it off the tower. After receiving the message, James alerts the emergency services, rushes to the tower, and reconciles with his daughter. So, my thoughts about this movie. Overall, I really enjoyed the part where they were climbing up the tower because it really captures the anxiety as you go higher up. I also like the fact that we are shown Don's flaws because movies tend to glorify the dead and put them on a pedestal. What I didn't like is the life hack where they charged the drone on the light bulb socket. I googled it. It looks like it is possible but certain conditions must be met or else it may explode on you or something. Becky's lucky I guess. What do you think about this film? Comment your thoughts below. Thank you so much for watching and I hope you all stay safe, as always.